What inspires change? What motivates us? It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Get the Scion story at Scion.com.
About 9:40 this morning, GPD officer Susie Santos spotted the car, a rented silver Toyota Corolla. It had been stolen from a Japanese tourist at the Seti Bay Overlook yesterday evening. She tried to pull the vehicle over, but the driver sped away, and she gave chase.
The subsequent vehicle pursuit followed through Cross Island Road and back down toward the southern villages, ultimately ending up in the Pigwa area of Mauricio, where the suspect had ditched the vehicle and fled into a nearby jungle.
Other police patrol cars joined in the chase from the Agate Precinct, the Agana Precinct, Criminal Investigations Division, Highway Patrol. At least 4 police cars were seen tailing the Toyota across the Cross Island Road to Talafofo, then south through Inarahan, all the way to the Pigwa area of Mauricio, where Sabrina Akfaji recorded these pictures in the aftermath of the chase.
The suspect was found nearby, hiding in the jungle, and has since been apprehended. And from that apprehension, we recovered some of the personal effects that were taken from the tourist.
Booked and confined was 36-year-old Eric J. Meno of Mauricio. He's facing numerous charges, including robbery, theft of a motor vehicle, eluding police, and reckless driving.
Was he armed?
No, he was not armed. It was a strong arm robbery where the victim had sustained injuries as a result of the robbery or during the robbery itself.
The victim, a 27-year-old Japanese tourist, was at Nimitz Beach yesterday, sitting in his rental car when a man approached him and asked if he could hitch a ride to his home in Umatic. The tourist agreed and drove the man south, near the Seti Bay Overlook, where the hitcher told the tourist to pull over. He then demanded money from the victim and told him to get out of the car. An altercation occurred, and the hitcher punched the tourist in his left eye. The victim got out of the rental car. The hitcher got into the driver's seat and drove away. Police say the tourist suffered visible bruises to his face but refused medical treatment. It was, fortunately, a quick and successful conclusion to the latest in a string of serious crimes.
There's been a steady increase over the last year and a half on violent crimes, specifically robberies, and as well vehicle break-ins, car burglaries, and residential burglaries. We're starting to see an increase in home invasions. We're attributing a lot of that to drugs. And unfortunately, that seems to be the root of a lot of these violent crimes, is their need and their desire to obtain drugs.
To turn the tide, Acting Guam Police Chief Colonel Maurice Sayama emphasized the need for more patrol cars, more officers on the beat, and the support of the public.
It all ties into police being visible, and with the lack of resources such as vehicles, when they go down, it really inhibits our ability to give the impression or the perception to the community that it's a safe place. And as we don't feel safe, the criminals in the opposite sense are feeling the surge of saying, I can get away with this.
Acting Chief Sayama and Major Fred Chargaloff both emphasize that it's more than just policing. Many of the crimes are acts of desperation.
We all know there's a downturn in the economy, and this is not just germane to Guam. Is that, statistics have shown that when there's a downturn in an economy, then there's going to be an increase in crime. People are not going to have jobs. And some people, and this has happened on Guam, they would literally go and, commit crimes just to feed their families. Or sometimes in instances, feeding themselves. So it's a trend or a rising crime is just that. It's a complex issue, and there's so many different factors.
We've had some good success over the last year and a half to 2 years of tracking them, but you got to understand that it's not catching them that's significant. It's the unfortunate thing that they're happening to begin with. And that's where we go back to our concerns about rebuilding this police department, because we can't keep catching suspects. We got to stop them from doing what they're doing.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.